ZZ109FM, hottest radio station on the planet. It's your boy LORATTI hanging out. It's a beautiful October. We're hanging out in Newport News, Virginia. Bad news. What's up, bad news people? It's your boy hanging out here in the studio. With us today is Miss Elsie Jenkins. How you doing, Miss Jenkins?
I'm doing wonderful out here in the city of bad news. Feeling good, feeling right. We're traveling and we're having a good time. Nonetheless, in this beautiful October 2025. Lord have mercy.
All right, also in the studio with us is 10th grade education Bob. Hello, Bob. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I got my Cocoa Puffs here and my coffee, and I'm ready to get this morning show going. All right, so we've got an exciting morning show to get you moving and motivated throughout the week. So if you're going to work, good morning. If you're getting off of your night shift, get home safely. We're here to get you home, entertain you, and make sure that you get home or to work safely. All right, so we got some topics here. Grandma, good news, bad news. That's how we do it here on ZZ109FM. Let's go ahead and start with some news. What kind of news are we going to get first, Grandma?
Well, let's go ahead and do the. Got so much damn bad news here. Lord have mercy. Let's do the good news first. Ain't much good news. All right, here we go. If you like me and you tried the crypto and you're like, this is just not making me rich overnight. I tell you what. If you invest, and I'm not an expert at investing, and we ain't telling you to not do your damn homework. I'm just saying, if you look at Zebec, ZEBEC Network, Zebec Network, you'll see that that particular crypto does pretty well, goes up and down, up and down. So I was able to make a few dollars with that Zebec Network going up and down, up and down. So out of all that raggedy ass crypto I got, Zebec is the only one that really allowed me to get a couple of dollars to do something with my investment. So that's the only one I'm recommending. The rest of all that crypto, it just sits there and looks at you. Don't do nothing. Just sits there and looks at you. And I'm telling you right now, this is my personal opinion. This crypto is a scram of a scam. Because Bitcoin's the only thing going up thousands of dollars every damn day. $1,000, $2,000, $4,000 up, $4,000 down. What kind of BS is this? Why can't the rest of the crypto do some of this going up and going down? Lord have mercy.
All right, Grandma. Yeah, so I'm in the crypto zone. I got a little bit of crypto. Just sold my Zebec recently. Got a few dollars from that. I need some money. But Zebec, yes, is the only one that really allowed me to get some money that I could, at least do something with, Decent amount of money. Wasn't enough to go and run and holler and scream and go on a shopping spree. But nonetheless, if you need a couple of $100, $200-$300, Zebec is the only crypto that moved up enough to allow me to have some kind of a $100-$200 profit. And that's not a lot of money when we're talking about, we want to be able to retire or just sit back and don't have to work anymore kind of money. And crypto's not doing it. I don't know if I'm doing this crypto thing wrong or what, but sitting around and watching it's like watching paint dry, if you ask me. Yeah, I don't do that damn crypto thing. Right now I'm in the prize picks and I'm losing miserably. And I do FanDuel and I'm losing miserably on that. And so if it ain't for the lottery, I'm losing miserably. And I can't tell you right now anything I'm winning in.
Lord have mercy, Bob. Sounds like your ass just need to sit down somewhere and don't do nothing. Just sit there. Lord have mercy.
All right, ZZ109FM, hottest radio station on the planet. Good news. All right, so now we're going to some bad news, huh?
That's right. Lord have mercy. I'm going to tell you right now, I went to go pick up my granddaughter at the homecoming game. And you know what? I felt weary of going out there to go get her because of the violence possible. That's right. Violence possible. And I went and got her. She didn't seem to be a troublemaker. We returned back safely, but I'm gonna tell you now, on the planet, some places people went to homecomings and they're not gonna be here for 2026. Lord have mercy. This violence going on the planet in our own country has to come to a halt. Now, this situation was in Mississippi, homecoming, where 8 people in a radius of 3 or 4 miles, okay, were killed in separate shootings out there. Now, I looked at one of the 2 shootings, and one of the 2 shootings happened at a school. Okay, reasonably, understandably, why something like that can happen, because yes, somebody bring a gun to school during homecoming. Sometimes those things happen. But the second shooting is kind of interesting because it was in the city area after the homecoming released everybody and they were done for the homecoming evening. It doesn't seem like there was a altercation between parties, because usually that's what it is. You have 2 groups of people have some kind of altercation, and then they either present guns or one side present guns, but somebody presents a gun, and then that's when everything goes down damn hill. This situation is going to be a little bit more than just an altercation between 2 parties, because it doesn't sound like these people came there to fight. It sounds to me, and this is just my opinion on listening to the information, it sounds like somebody came there to break up the celebration. There's always going to be someone to come somewhere and break up the celebration. And that's what it sounds like to me. It doesn't sound like 2 schools getting involved in an altercation. Sounds like everyone was on their way, to end the evening, and then someone came there and spoiled the fun. Nonetheless, 8 people. Now, imagine this. Imagine this. 8 families. Okay? 8 families send their daughter or son. And let me remind you, one of these women that lost their lives, young women that lost their life, was pregnant. So that's 2 people right there not returning back home, if the parents even knew she was pregnant. Nonetheless, these parents sent them off, and now when they wake up today, they're not coming back home. They're not in their beds right now. They're not available for breakfast this morning. This has to be one of the worst feelings in somebody's damn life. When you send your child, and it's these people's child. These are adults. Okay, semi-adults if you ask me, because you ain't graduate high school yet. You ain't no damn adult. You still under somebody's supervision. But nonetheless, these young people, 8 young people, are not returning home, and it has to be one of the worst feelings that any parent and family member could experience.
Grandma, I gotta agree with you. I looked at this. It said 8 killed in separate shootings in Mississippi homecoming. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And this is going on all over the United States. It's not just Mississippi where we're having shootings during homecomings. It's other areas of the United States as well. So, yeah, security has to be tight at these events. And I don't know how you secure a homecoming event when people are everywhere, especially during the homecoming game. You have your normal security there, but you need to have twice as much security and law enforcement on the scene and present because of the high probability of something going down today versus 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago. But today it's a much, much higher probability. It's a very great chance that you're going to come across some kind of violence at these events. So we have to kind of prepare for that prior to the event starting. If we can't secure the event, then they need to postpone the event. Yeah, that's right. I went to that homecoming with Miss Jenkins to pick up her granddaughter. And this homecoming, there was some suspicious people out there riding around on some scooters and stuff and spinning around the block. I said, these people could have Uzis or who knows what. under their damn shirt, ready to just rip off some rounds and cause drama. That's basically it. Yeah, you have some people that just come there to rip off rounds to cause drama and watch everybody run and scatter into a million places, which is sad. But that's the life we live in today, and you've got to be careful. And these people, I don't know if they even had a chance, to avoid this situation that they were placed in. But it's sad. It's sad that these people are not going to be here for 2026. All right, Grandma, what bad news you got for us next?
Well, Lord have mercy. We talk about the drownings, and you've got bad weather on the East Coast. So whenever there's bad weather on the East Coast, you probably shouldn't go swimming in the oceans out there. Okay, we already know that. Hopefully people with common sense are avoiding the oceans. But you still have areas within inland that aren't affected by these storms. You still have to be careful when you're swimming in lakes and rivers. Now, the sad news is that a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old drowned at night in a river, the Brazos River. Now, I heard this and I got furious because I'm like, okay, if you live by a river, because these young men have to live near the river to have access to it. They're not just going to walk down the street to the river. They have to live near the river to have access to it. But the 4-year-olds in water means supervision. Parents have to supervise their child that are 4-year-old near a damn river. They're curious. They want to know things. They want to see things. And then you have a 7-year-old. As far as I'm concerned, the same rules apply because the 7-year-old is smarter than the 4-year-old, hopefully. But the 7-year-old is going to feel confident enough to go by the river. And some 7-year-olds, when they see water, they think they can swim. Now, we don't know the whole scenario. I would hope that it's a scenario where the 4-year-old got too close, and then he fell in the river, and the 7-year-old tried to save him. That's the scenario I'd hope. You always got the reversal of that. The 7-year fell in, and the 4-year-old tried to save him because he was that smart, little young man. But nonetheless, I can't imagine any other scenarios out there that would suffice what happened to these young men that aren't going to be here in 2026. Lord have mercy.
Grandma, you're right. When I also heard about the 4 and the 7-year-old drowning, I was like, wow. 4 and 7 years, that's all you get on this planet. 4 and 7 years. I mean, it's just heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to hear that. It makes you sad. And the bad news, man, it's just like there's this bad news aura and bubble surrounding us right now. All kinds of bad things are happening. And you've got to be careful when you go out. You've got to be careful when you're planning things. You've got to you have to think and rethink what you're about to do, especially if you're a young person. Because a lot of times we do a lot of risky things when we're young. So today you've got to really think twice and think 3 times, what I'm about to do, what's the risk in it? And is it worth the risk? It's hard to slow down as a young person and ask these questions, but it's important to ask these questions. It's important to ask these questions. In our local area here, 3 young men in Fayetteville lost their lives on the way to a birthday party. And you don't realize how short life is until you push the envelope. You don't know. So when you tell young people, you know what, you need to slow down. You need to take less risk. They're not living as young people because young people don't slow down and young people take all the damn risks.
because they're young. And a lot of young people don't think they're going to leave this planet. But the problem is today there's so many things that weren't available 20 years ago. Technology to distract you. These vehicles that these young people have are more powerful than the vehicles that young people had 20 years ago. Every other car out here has the ability to take off in 5.9 seconds. So there's no limitation on vehicles when it comes to young people. They're getting just as new and powerful cars as adults to operate. And we've got to be careful when we're behind these vehicles, because these vehicles, they're powerful. And if you lose control of a vehicle, there's a lot of times you're not going to gain control of it until it stops wherever it lands. So if you're doing 35 miles an hour, you can control that vehicle if it gets out of control, because you're only doing 35 miles an hour. But if you're doing 70 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour, you have less ability and less control over the vehicle. And that's a fact. Lord have mercy. So you got, football players are gone, 3 football players are gone, and the whole school is just devastated. And it's something they're never, ever going to ever forget. For the rest of all of these students' lives, they have to remember their 3 friends that didn't make it. It's sad. It makes you want to sit back and just shed a tear of sadness when you listen to all of this. A 4-year-old and a 7-year-old drowning. 3 young men in Fayetteville football team lost their lives in a car accident. Mississippi homecoming. 8 killed. 8 killed in one night. One of the women pregnant. So the little baby didn't even make it to the planet. Sadness, sadness. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna get my tissue over here, and I'm trying not to cry. Lord, Bob, get your stuff together. You almost made me cuss. You gotta be tough on this damn spectrum here, ZZ109FM, because we gotta put out this sad ass information. And if everybody's in here crying, nobody's gonna get the damn news. Lord have mercy. ZZ109FM, hottest radio station on the planet. The bad news is just everywhere. What other bad news do we got, Grandma? Bill Belichick. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. You Tar Heel silly ass people. And I say people, I mean the parents, the students, and anybody that can't sit down and have the discipline to listen. You have a new team with 70 plus new football players on your team. Where is there an expectation that those 70 superheroes are supposed to go on the field and be immaculate and flawless? Does anybody understand the pressure that is put upon 70 new young men to go out and play in the midst of a legendary coach and not make mistakes? Does anybody have the realization of the pressure on these men? You can tell they're under pressure because they're dropping simple passes, making simple mistakes, and not executing 100%. Some of the execution issues is because they haven't meshed. They haven't meshed and became a unit. A football fighting unit. You have to give people time to mesh. Look at the Cleveland Browns. Look how long it took them losing suckers to mesh. They used to be the losers of the NFL, but they're no longer the losers of the NFL. The Cleveland Browns are not. It took time. And the same thing with this North Carolina Tar Heels team. It's going to take time. So those parents who turned their backs and walked away on the first game at halftime, you are the troublemakers that are causing all these problems for Mr. Bill Belichick. Mr. Bill Belichick don't need to be there. He's a multi-millionaire, and when he walks away, he's going to get X amount of dollars to go bye-bye, to leave, to be done with the program. So he didn't come there to create turmoil, Tar Heel turmoil. He didn't come there to create turmoil. Who goes somewhere to cause drama? And when you're getting paid the kind of money he's getting paid, I'm coming there to do a job. This job that I do has paid me well up to this point. So I'm going to continue doing what I do best and do the best with what I have. And what he has is 70 or more new players on a team, okay, surrounded by spoiled, undisciplined people and possibly players as well. Because you have players fighting in the locker room, that means there's a problem within the camaraderie of the team. It has nothing to do with Belichick. Now, they have to realize that this man has different standards and operates differently based on his success, not the Carolina Tar Heels' success. So, you play by his rules. You don't play by your rules. And the spoiled, undisciplined Carolina people can enjoy the rest of their season in misery. If that's what it takes, they'll be in misery. But it's because you're undisciplined people. You have no discipline. You think everything's supposed to happen immediately. You want it now. You want it fast. Just like your Wi-Fi at your house, you Carolina Tar Heel idiots. So, I have said my speech to you North Carolina Tar Heel people that don't get it, and the Carolina Tar Heel people that do get it, this does not apply to you. But this does apply to those parents walking out of the game on the first game at the Carolina Tar Heel Stadium. This does apply to you parents walking out at halftime. It does. Lord have mercy. I wish I could just slap some of you parents in your face right now.
ZZ109FM, hottest radio station on the planet. Grandma, I've got to agree with you 200%. No discipline. These parents have no discipline, no patience. They are setting a bad example for all the students, for their own children. They're setting bad examples when they don't allow someone with that type of expertise to come in and work his magic. It takes time to build championship teams. If it was that easy, every team would recruit 70 or more students every year to have a Super Bowl championship team. It doesn't work like that. And the average person knows that. The average football fan knows that it doesn't work like that. So I agree with you. These people, man, worst probably people to go work for because they're all spoiled and undisciplined. I agree. Yeah, I seen them people walking out the stadium. They needed some straight up tomatoes thrown in their back of their necks because it didn't make no damn sense. They were leaving at halftime to not support their team because they was losing. I said, hit them with a tomato. Just hit their ass with a good tomato as they walking out of that damn stadium. ZZ109FM, hottest radio station on the planet. Any more good news, bad news, Grandma? Do you have anything else? Anything else for us?
Well, let's take a look here. These silly rabbits that build homes along the shoreline of North Carolina to not think that the oceans won't eventually rise up and consume their homes are idiots. They're idiots too. They're probably the idiots that were walking out of the North Carolina Tar Heel Stadium trying to hurry up and get back to their homes that are possibly going to collapse in the damn water. Makes no damn sense that you would build a house on the beach like that and not expect the ocean to eventually creep up and swallow your house. And then you want the city to pay for the cleanup. You done lost your damn minds. Lord have mercy. You need to pay for the cleanup. And unfortunately, I feel if I was an insurance agent 5 to 10 years ago, I'd have stopped insuring you because you fools think we're going to pay you insurance for a house you built on the beach that has eventually been overcome by the ocean. you had 5 to 10 years to make a decision as to how you were going to exit the strategy of that home. These fools sat there and looked at the ocean creep up to their front doorstep and didn't move yet. Talking about, what can the city do for me? City can't do nothing for you, fool. And the city should be held accountable too for allowing you to build a house on the ocean like that. Not researching the consequences of what happens with the ocean every damn year. It gets closer and closer and closer to the shore. Fools. But you know what? The city took advantage of all that good old tax money. The city don't care. The city take all that tax money and they put it in their pockets. That's what they do. The city. And that's not just that city. Cities all over. Look at your city. Is your city taking your tax money and doing something with it, or are they putting it in their pocket? Look at Hampton, Virginia. That's one city. That's one of the only cities in the world that don't have Tesla charger stations. What kind of foolery is going on where your city don't have a Tesla charging station? Hampton, Virginia is the stupidest city on the planet. And I can talk about Hampton because I'm from Hampton, Virginia. And Hampton, Virginia don't do nothing for the people in Hampton. Hampton, Virginia got the worst stores and the ugliest coliseum. Looks like a damn spaceship. Ugliest coliseum in the world. They won't fix it up. The worst acoustics. Lord have mercy. I can keep going on for days about raggedy ass Hampton, Virginia. Lord have mercy.
Well, Grandma, I gotta agree with you. Hampton is behind in the times. Tell you what, I wouldn't move there if they paid me to go to Hampton, Virginia. Love the people there, but it's the city of Hampton that just doesn't care about the people. They don't care. All right, Grandma, any good news? Any bad news?
Well, I got a special treat for you. Let me see if I got all. Okay, so I got 2 more things I got to cover here on my list. Very simple things. All right, so anytime you see a state trooper on the side of the road with his lights on helping somebody or hemming them up with a ticket, because those 2 things could be happening, you've got to be mindful of the lights. If you see those lights from a mile away, and you can see them from a mile away, you need to start thinking about what you're going to do before you get up to the trooper. Are you going to get over? Because in Carolina, you got to get over. It's a law. You got to get over in another lane if possible. Or sometimes as you're approaching that trooper, you may not be able to get over. Then you have to slow down and proceed with caution. Either option, you have to be mindful of the trooper. Now, if you're distracted using your phone into something else, smoking that weed, doing whatever it is you're doing, and you don't see this trooper and run into it, then this is what's going to happen. The trooper's going to get hurt. And in Virginia, a trooper got hurt trying to assist another driver on the interstate, had issues with their vehicle. This shouldn't happen if you're paying attention. If you're paying attention, you're going to do what I told you to do in the beginning of this conversation. But if you're not paying attention, shame on you. When you're driving your vehicle, you cannot have your face down in your phone. You look over sometimes driving, and you see drivers driving with their phone in their face on the interstate. I ain't never seen nothing like it. It's against the law in certain states, and you can't possibly be paying attention when your face is in your phone and you're driving. You can't be paying attention.
Grandma, I gotta agree with you. If you've got a cell phone, you need to have it on maybe some type of a cell phone holder, but not in your hands, because if it's in your hands, you're definitely being distracted. It doesn't make sense that people are still getting hurt on the side of the road when they're trying to help people. And some of the state troopers are trying to help people. So, shouldn't get hurt at work because you tried to help somebody. You shouldn't get hurt at work at all, basically. But yeah, that's a terrible thing. A lot of people have lost their lives trying to help people doing their job out there as law enforcement because someone was not paying attention. So look for the lights when you're driving as well. You're looking for other things like people swerving, accidents ahead, brake lights, but look for the police lights also. When you see those lights, you've got to figure out what you're going to do before you get to the lights. Yeah, I see them police lights and I just pull over. I don't even go past the policeman. I try to make sure I don't cause no trouble.
Lord have mercy, Bob. How you gonna pull over? He ain't even pulling you over. Lord have mercy, Bob. Your 10th grade education, I tell you right now, you've got to go back to school, Bob, and you've got to get you some damn education. Lord have mercy. All right, last but not least, my goodness, Bob, shame on you. Last but not least, this is a quick test for you. If you get these answers right, you can go treat yourself to some lunch, maybe dinner. Go get you a bottle of liquor and send the bill to Bob. Okay. All right. So the two questions, you just got to answer these two questions right, and you win. All right. So let's take a look at question number 1. We'll give this one to Bob. All right. True or false? In the state of North Carolina, you can get a ticket for not using your signal light. True or false, Bob?
Oh, I know this. It's false.
Well, the answer that you provided is incorrect. It is true. In the state of North Carolina, you can get a ticket for not using your turn signal. So please pay attention. North Carolina Statute 20-154 for you the police buffs out there that know the codes. North Carolina, failing to use your turn signal is a traffic violation, and the state police or the local police can pull you over for that. Lord have mercy. And you can lose an easy $100 and $250 of your damn money for fees and court costs. Lord have mercy, this is ridiculous. So signal, people, use your turn signal. Oh, remember, and it's also a reason for them to pull you over to see if you got some weed in your car or any kind of other controlled substance that's against the law. Okay, Lord have mercy. Here we go. All right. So, Bob, you ain't getting no damn treat. All right, Loretta, it's your turn. Same question. State of Virginia. True or false? In the state of Virginia, Lord have mercy. This is crazy. The state of Virginia, you can get, true or false, you can get a ticket for not using your turn signal in the state of Virginia. True or false?
All right, Grandma. Let's see. So Bob got it wrong. So I'm gonna go with false for Virginia, since Bob said it got his wrong. Mine should be correct this time. Then false. It's false.
Well, Loretta, you ain't getting nothing either. The answer is true. So, Lord have mercy, no matter which state you in, North Carolina or Virginia, if you're not using your turn signal, you can get a ticket. The popo can pull you over for not using your turn signal. So, be mindful, people, when you're out there and you're doing your shopping for the holidays, and you're out there just using your vehicle, that you have to signal, let people know where you're going, because if you don't signal, you can get a damn ticket, which is going to cost you $100 to $150 of your hard-earned damn money. Lord have mercy. And I try to signal all the time, let people know where I'm damn going. So when I get in an accident, I'll be like, I tried to signal, and they just avoided my signal and did what the hell they want to do. So Lord have mercy, I'm suing it, I'm getting my damn money, and I'm going to jump out my car and lay on the ground too. Lord have mercy.
ZZ109FM, Grandma, that's a lot of drama for a fender bender. We've got the hottest radio station on the planet. It's good to hear that, we are learning not just about the good and the bad, but we're also learning about how to avoid getting tickets from the popo. We've got a lot of good music up next. We're going to let you hear some great tunes, some great sounds, some great music. We hopefully will have a safe rest of our October. We want you to have a safe rest of your October as well. ZZ109FM, hottest radio station on the planet. You guys take care.